Hey guys, what is up? It's Antonio. Welcome back to another episode here on Gladiator Disc Golf. I'm really excited about today's episode. I've never done anything like it on this channel before. Today, I'm working with someone to help them improve their backhand form. So this video is the first one in a couple of videos that I have lined up where I'm actually working with real people and helping them improve their form. I'm really excited about this because I want to help you guys. I want to give you specific feedback so that you can improve your backhand form and your forehand form. Hey guys, what is up? We're out here at the field. I got Caleb beside me and he has signed up for a form critique, so I'm super excited to work with him. We've been friends for quite a few years at this point, so this is awesome. And Caleb, how long have you been playing disc golf for?
Probably about 10 years, not super often, probably in the past couple years more often, but.
Okay,
yeah.
So 10 years total. Did you just play casually when you started, or were you really trying to work on getting better?
Oh, it was definitely casual.
It was definitely casual? Yeah. Okay, so what are some things that you are wanting to improve with your backhand?
Backhand, I'm still kind of a newbie when it comes to having my disc curve left. Like, it really depends, especially those, I think it's called overstable discs, you know, they're always going left. I used to be able to get a little bit of an S curve, but I don't really get that S curve, you know, going off to the right and then coming back. So hoping to get more with that, you know, improve on that.
So wanting to help a disc fly straighter for longer.
Exactly.
Okay. So I didn't give Caleb any feedback while he was just throwing in the beginning here, but I want you guys to just be noticing a couple things. First off, he doesn't really turn his body to the side when he throws, which means he's basically throwing only with his arm. So that's going to be one of the first things that we address. And then with that, he's not engaging his hips either. In this video, I'm going to be focusing on getting Caleb's body positioning correct so that we can have timing, and timing will lead us to engaging the hips properly. And with proper timing and engagement of hips, Caleb will be throwing so much better. So after watching those clips, there are a couple things that I noticed that Caleb needs to work on. And before we pick up another disc, or frisbee, as some of our friends call it, we are going to pick up a towel, okay? And so one of the benefits of using a towel is that you don't have to retrieve it, you don't let it go, and it can help you with your form. So are you familiar with like rat whips and everything, or rat tails?
Yeah.
Okay, so people say that disc golf is very similar to baseball, and I agree in that aspect. When you're batting, like if I'm right-handed, so when I'm batting, I'm swinging like this. The issue is that it's my left arm that's leading it, that's leading the bat.
Okay.
I don't throw lefty. Now, I also didn't grow up playing baseball, but that's a moot point. So if I batted lefty, my right arm would be leading the swing. Did you play baseball growing up?
No.
No? Okay. So for two people that didn't play baseball, the backhand is pretty unnatural. We're not used to it. It's not a comfortable thing. So one of the things that I have found to help is to actually use this towel to help me lead my throw. So what I mean is, as you're swinging a baseball bat, let's say, you have your hips engaged, you have your elbow coming through like this, but you don't pull the bat through this way. No one swings their bat like that. We swing our bat like this. So when you played wiffle ball and all this other stuff, you didn't realize it, but you were swinging like this.
Yep.
Okay? And it's really the same premise, but since anytime we've done that, we've led with our left, it's unnatural to all of a sudden flip to our right because we can't process that.
Right.
I really like this towel drill because it really gets you out of thinking of throwing a disc and gets you thinking about your form, because you're not worried about what the flight results are. While yes, the flight of a disc can tell you a lot about your form, it's also important to understand that it can also get you really frustrated. And the last thing we want when playing disc golf is to get frustrated. Trust me, the courses out there will handle that frustration for you. So we want to make sure that when we're practicing, when we're working our form, that we're not getting frustrated. Otherwise, we're going to lose patience and not want to practice anymore. That being said, with the towel drill, one thing that we can focus on is making sure we have a good clean snap. That's really key in disc golf, both the forehand and backhand, is actually getting snap. If you guys at home are finding this video super helpful, make sure you smash that like button. It helps me out and lets me know you guys want to see more form critiques and content like this. Like button somewhere down there. Alrighty? So when we're throwing the backhand, everything needs to be lined up. So as I'm coming through here, alright, I need the disc to be coming through into whatever, you know, this loading zone, this power pocket, whatever you want to call it. Everybody wants to call it a different thing. Doesn't matter what you call it, as long as it gets here in this position with your arm 90 degrees and all that, this is basically your power load. This is where the disc is going to be the most compact, and it's going to pop out from here. But the only way to get a consistent pop is for everything to be timed the same.
Because I'm always used to coming back here.
Yeah.
Whenever I'm throwing.
So since you're so used to coming all the way back here, that's because what you're doing is rounding, actually.
Yeah.
And rounding
instead of pulling through.
Rounding isn't good for your shoulder. Rounding isn't good for your throw and the result of it. And so with this popping it out here, you are keeping that shoulder healthier.
Yep.
And you're actually forcing your body to engage your hips and your back a lot more.
Yeah.
Everything up top is looking really good. Let's try and get this hip engaged a little bit more, because right now it's like you're just bringing it around like this.
Yep.
Everything in the backhand throw, the power, the stability, the accuracy is generated from your legs. That's why it's important to be a little staggered. And when on YouTube, whenever I've responded to people's comments, one thing that I've talked about with throwing standstill is I actually shift my weight. Okay? Because when you're doing, if I'm doing an X step towards the camera, I'm moving towards the camera. So I have this momentum building.
Right.
And in the standstill throw, if you're already into that final plant position, you don't have any momentum that you can build.
Yeah.
But if you start on your back leg when you're back here with your disc, or in this case your towel, and you transition your weight to your front hip, that's moving all that power from this basically safe zone into this power zone to where you're ready to now put all that momentum and power into the disc.
Gotcha.
One thing you're seeing me work with Caleb here is this sort of two-armed boxing drill. And it's not boxing like this boxing, but more of starting your arm out at 45 degrees, coming in, creating a box, and then popping it back out. This is not my original idea. This came from Overthrow Disc Golf. Really good content over there. If you haven't checked them out, make sure you do. Drill has catapulted my backhand game. It helped me get my timing down as somebody who doesn't have a baseball background. It helped me start to visualize and manifest the proper form that I want. Working with Caleb was a lot of fun, and one thing that we're seeing in his progression is that when he's getting one thing down, there's one thing that starts to fall apart, fall behind. You know, when he was throwing on his own, his back foot was coming off the ground, which is kind of what's supposed to happen for your follow through. But once he started throwing standstill shots and even some of his X-step shots, he wasn't executing that back foot lift off a little bit, and so it was actually forcing him to turn discs over. Now, you guys know that on this channel, I talk a lot about beginners not throwing drivers. While we see him turning these mid-ranges and putters over a lot, I just wanted to experiment and see, if he throws these drivers, are they going to do what he's actually trying to get them to do? What do you think? Was that the best throw you've probably ever had with that disc?
I didn't even try. I didn't even try to put power on it.
Okay.
It totally be hanging.
And I think the results speak for themselves, because that's exactly what happened here. Caleb has been throwing with Anheuser, trying to throw these drivers so that when he finally got to throwing putters and mids, he couldn't correct that form because it was muscle memory. And so he ended up turning those over. So we know now that, okay, the next thing after we get some good form here is to address this angling issue. So those are a couple tips. We went over a lot, okay, and there's a lot to process. But overall, how much more confident do you feel now in being able to progress in your backhand now that you have some ideas of what you're doing wrong?
Like 98%.
98%? Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take 98%. Like I said at the beginning of the video, there was a lot of material that Caleb and I went over and a lot of information that didn't make it to this video. But I hope that seeing Caleb throw, seeing me work with Caleb really piqued your guys' interest, because I want to help you. I want to give you guys form critiques. And so if you're interested in getting form critiques by me, make sure you comment down below. I'm putting together some stuff for you guys that I'll be able to actually give you one-on-one form critiques. So if that is something that you are interested in, make sure you like this video and comment down below, because I cannot wait to get this out to you. I think it's going to be absolutely awesome. Alrighty guys, that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video super helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you want to get form critiques, and also what are some things that you are trying to work on that you need some help with. Alright, that's it for today guys. Until next time, have a great round.